Hey, this, and I'm just gonna do me a just talking video for now because I probably won't be making another video for a month or so. I mean, I'm gonna be busy for a long, long time. But man, I have heard some batshit crazy, insane people say some batshit crazy things about certain things from Apple to Nintendo. Mostly, it's just unfucking believable. But anyway, some people are saying that Apple's new iPhones and just went through a mild integrated heart update. Seriously? I mean, faster processor, bigger screen, two chips combined as one to help with communications. Yeah, that's a small update. I mean, yeah, it's playing catch up with some of the other phones out there, but I find it in the I hate Apple. I'll make up shit just to hate them. And of course, iPhones and iPod Touches are selling out before they're even out. Except that the iPhone's coming out, I think, the 21st of this month. And I was actually impressed, especially with the iPod Touches because of certain things. And then there's the Nintendo batshit crazy people, especially over Bayonetta 2 coming out exclusive on the Wii U. No words has I've ever seen such a batshit crazy response than that one. Some people saying, "Oh, Nintendo's stealing Bayonetta from us because Bayonetta 1 was on Xbox 360 and PS3, but Bayonetta 2 is going to be a Wii U exclusive." And then some people are like, "Oh, this is like Ninja Gaiden 2 when it was published by Microsoft." Yeah, the thing about Ninja Gaiden was that it's originally mostly owned by Tecmo. Microsoft didn't really finance it. They just published it for their system because they had some crazy rules that they would publish the more important games for their systems. Except maybe Mass Effect, where they published it and then took the rights for the first game for themselves. Of course, with Mass Effect, there was kind of a loophole. Once EA bought BioWare, EA found out that it said that it would only go to one console, but there was nothing about desktops. And legally speaking, the government and legal departments see Macs and PC as desktops, not as consoles. It's just a legal thing, and consoles is what they are, consoles. So EA was able. That's how come EA was able to publish Mass Effect for the PC because of this legal loophole, which kind of confuses me why it was never published for the Mac. I mean, if it was considered a desktop separate from consoles due to legal looping, it would Macs are considered a desktop by pretty much the law, or in just legal definition. If anything, this is almost kind of reminds me of the original Halo, except Nintendo didn't buy out Platinum Games. The thing is, what most of you don't know is Halo was stolen from, well, the original Halo was actually meant to be a Mac game, and most people have forgotten about that. Bungie used to make games strictly for Macs, and then all of a sudden Microsoft bought Bungie out and then published and pushed out Halo 1 because and Halo was even demonstrated at one of the Mac Worlds before it was ported to Xbox. Of course, it was supposed to be a real-time strategy game, and then halfway through the development, they were thinking about a cross between real-time strategy and first-person shooter, and then they went straight on first-person shooter, and then Microsoft came in and bought the company out, and now let them go and kept the Halo franchise for themselves. And due to Tamco owning the rights to Ninja Gaiden, they could just pretty much just develop their own version for the PS3 without Microsoft because Microsoft didn't do anything with. Oh yeah, and also Tamco owns Team Ninja, so it was pretty much their bitch from the beginning. Platinum Games, if you checked, is a private company, and they were secretly making Bayonetta 2, but had lost funding because Sega has pretty much dropped them, and then Nintendo finished the funding, and it's that funding is the reason why it's a Wii U exclusive and will only be a Wii U exclusive. There is no way to change that. Basically, just like the first Mass Effect, Nintendo has the publishing rights to Bayonetta 2 because, well, they funded it and they published it, and I think and have the publishing rights to it now. Unlike Microsoft's Team Ninja 2, where Microsoft published it but didn't reclaim any of the publishing rights, and it all just went cross platform after that, even though the PlayStation 3 version of Ninja Gaiden 2 kind of sucked. But Microsoft still holds the publishing right, or at least the console publishing rights to Mass Effect. They don't own the desktop publishing rights, which means no other console can publish or can get Mass Effect 1. And then there's other people that are saying the console's too expensive because you got to get all these controllers for it. First of all, check your history because the Wii was the highest selling console, and pretty much everybody has Wiimotes now. So, and pretty much you don't need to buy a new Wiimote. In fact, they even said that you don't even need Wii Motion Plus for all of the Wii U games. It helps, but you don't need it. So if you already owned a Wii with Wiimotes and the nunchuck and even the classic controller, you're pretty much good on half of the controllers that's needed. Hell, even the balance board works. And then bullshit about the games being too expensive. Go check brand new Xbox 360 and PS3 games. It's about the same fucking price. It's not like the PS3 when it first came out, and it was like $600 for the console and almost close to $80 for new games. Or something like the Neo Geo, which was $600 to $700 for the Neo Geo itself, and $100 for each game. This is the most expensive console I've ever seen. Bullshit. The fact that Nintendo made it under at least around the $300 mark, it was good. Shock of all shock, even Michael Patcher is defending the Wii U. Yeah, that's actually true. So, whenever I get a new Wii U, I'm pretty much set on half the controllers. Hell, I even got all three versions of the classic controller, two pros and of course the original. And yeah, Nintendo when they made the classic controller pro, the black and the white ones are different on the inside, not on the outside, but the inside they are very different. And if they're gonna try to do comparisons with the current gen console, well, just remember the Xbox had the same exact problem, or the Xbox 360. Because if my memory serves me right, the Xbox 360 was the first console out, and they pretty much had a giant leap ahead. And then people were saying, "Oh, with current consoles at the price that they are, Microsoft just wasn't going to make it with that 360." Yeah, yeah. Of course, a lot of analysis people thought that the PlayStation 3 was going to wipe the 360 off the map along with the Wii. Never happened. Never fucking happened. Or how about when the PS Vita was going to destroy the 3DS? Where's the PS Vita now? Oh, it finally got 2 million sales after how many months? Yeah, that's. In fact, most people are now rumoring that maybe Sony is thinking about leaving the handhelds. Of course, now with, I mean, of course, anyways, with the 3DS and the 3DS XL selling like wildfire, it could be rendered with the new iPhones, though. Because, Apple did good on their handhelds and they got the iPod Touches out. And it's nice to see Apple finally get the message that, you really need to keep those handhelds out because, the 3DS and the Android shit is just destroying them. Mainly because shit like my iPod Touch is just way out of fucking date. But Apple finally got the message, and it's now finally got their iPod Touches out, and it could actually knock Nintendo's 3DS down to second place. And like I said, and I had predicted this, and I was right. Nintendo is going to be fine after this. They were given any real competition, except maybe the iPhone 4S. But with the iPod Touches so badly out of date, and the PS Vita, which was a fucking joke, 3DS just didn't really have any real competition until Apple finally, updated their iPod Touches and their new iPhones. And now Nintendo has a competition and some worrying to do. As far as I can tell, all it's going to really do is just knock them into the second place area on the handheld market, and pretty much PS Vita, that's dead. It's not even moving in sales. All I heard was that they had one popular game, and nobody just gave a shit after that. So if Sony has any brains, they just need to leave the mobile market. Yes, Android is still raping the shit out of Apple, but it will probably slow down and give Apple a little bit more dominance with their new iPhone 5. At least it's doing better than Microsoft phones or the Windows phones, which is only got 1% and declining even with the updates. I'm serious. Even BlackBerry's doing better than the iPhone, than the Windows phones. And like I said, in rumors that Sony's going to give up on their PS Vita, I'm just hoping that when Nintendo starts being pushed down to second place, that this will give them enough incentive to say, okay, we need to lead the handheld market in the next gen when the next gen starts to hit because we're not going to survive this. And if it doesn't, they'll be pretty badly hurt in the next gen. I mean, Sony is practically already out anyways, and this gen, 3DS was always going to be on the edge of surviving, but it wouldn't take them down. But next gen, it's not exactly a good balancing board for Nintendo. Now that Nintendo realizes that they need to keep those iPod Touches updated, and but most rumors are already saying that it's pretty much over for Sony. Uh, it's definitely over. But this gen, Nintendo will survive. Next gen, I don't think they're going to survive very much longer. And maybe they can survive next gen, but after that, no. There's just no fucking way in hell. Well, that's all I have to say. See ya.